Today we're looking at about 86 degrees. It's pretty humid. Thunderstorms in and out. We're still gonna do the job. And I kind of welcome the rain to cool me off when it gets a little bit warm. So we'll see. But right now, I mean, a little overcast. Not too bad. Fingers crossed that everything goes well and that we don't just get rained out or, you know, hit by lightning or any of the other random things that would probably happen while I'm doing things that I enjoy. But we'll see. Well, here's the last look at the truck sitting in its current form. All I did to the rear is I took the blocks out and I put shackles, so we'll see. I don't think I have to change the shackles. Sounds good. Alright, it's time to head to Lowe's. I've got a angle grinder or a cutting wheel at my storage unit, but I'm not sure where it is. And previously when we were working on other vehicles, we were working on one of my friend's 66 Fords. He ended up cutting through the cord and repairing it, but that's good enough reason for me to go get another one, even though it works, but I can't find it. So going to get a cutting wheel so we can cut this frame and some rust conversion to coat the cut portion. And I guess we need drill bits too, huh? And we'll figure that out later. All right, let's go. See what they got. There they are. Get this little baby Craftsman over here. Yep. Four and a half inch grind. Okay. We got a 4.5 inch grind. 4.5 inch cut. How many are in here? Value pack 5. Alright, got the grinder, 5 cutting discs, and an extra grinding wheel. I didn't realize one came in the box, so we should be good. I mean, I'm hoping. We're only cutting 2 parts of the frame, tiny little portions, so hopefully that's all we need. And I totally realized that I forgot the jack. Dude just broke his light bulb. Forgot my jack and my jack stand, so let's go get those. Man, just bought brand new bulbs, smashed them on the ground. It sucks. Yes. Finally able to head out, go to Nick's house, put the truck up on jacks, and slam it. This kind of car is, you don't know. There's no badges on it. It could be anything. It could be this could be a Bentley. This could be, you know, this could be a Lamborghini. This could be a, oh shit. Let's unbox. What's in here? Yeah. All my things for my drop.
I could have as long as I just get a shirt and shorts.
Well, this is gonna be all dangerous stuff underneath the car, so we'll see. Yeah. All right. Got the wheel bearing for the fronts. Oh, yeah. Okay, we unboxed everything and here it is. So I wasn't nervous before.
That's a 1/2 inch.
Nope.
Bigger?
Yeah.
I'll go see.
All right, so for the front suspension we have 2-inch drop knuckles. I have the wheel bearings I bought brand new that didn't come with the kit. I'm gonna put those in. Moving on to the upper and lower control arms. Those give 4-inch drop on their own. So that's a 6-inch for the front. And then for the rear, we have the flip kit. Everything for the flip kit, and the C-notch kit, the new shocks, all the hardware, and a grinder to make that C-notch. Let's see. Oh yeah.
It's a 1/2 inch.
That's perfect. As long as we don't mess up the hole placement. We should be fine.
I don't like should, dude.
Should be.
I don't like should.
Should.
Hey, this is going in your driver's seat.
Yeah? I'm forgetting about it right now. So I guess what we could do is jack up the front, rip the control arm. So take the so we're gonna take the caliper mounting bracket off, the knuckle, the old knuckle. Bolts for the control arm, bolts for the shock, or the strut, bolts for the control arm, and then we can take literally the upper control arm, the lower control arm, and the knuckle all off in one piece. Oh, and the tie rod in. So we don't need to undo these on the car. We just need to undo these just for the brake caliper mounts. It's caliper, tie rod, upper control arm, lower control arm, mounting bolts. Let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna take off these clips for the ABS line. Goes all the way up to here. So we gotta pop that little red piece off. All right, and then we're gonna pop that clip, pop this clip, pop that clip, pull it out. This bolt, that bolt, these two down here on the bottom of the control arms, that one on the control arm, that one on the control arm, and then the sway bar link, and these two on the back here for the Yeah, the caliper bracket and the tie rodded. Oh, okay. That's where that plate goes, right there. Dude, yeah, we should probably get instructions. That's gonna be camber and toe, right? Yeah. This toe is gonna be affected here, but if I push this out and this stays stationary, then it's gonna rock in. But then camber, obviously this is gonna be camber adjustment, and then the toe is gonna be affected by it. So probably set camber and then set toe. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so we don't have instructions for the front suspension setup. And I'm assuming, so this is the lower control arm, right? That's the top of it. Flips the other way. I'm assuming that this ball joint bolts to the bottom of it, right? But it's got a hole here. We tried to put the ball joint in through the top, and this boot is too wide for the hole. Yeah, it's too wide. I mean, oh shit. So we're gonna run it that way until we find something else on the internet that tells us otherwise. So wish us luck. All right, we've divided everything up. So this should be the right lower, right knuckle, right upper. The alignment plates for the top. There's a couple bolts or a couple nuts that they gave us that doesn't make sense to me. I think it might be axle nut if these were four-wheel drive, but they're not. So, because I got two castellated large nuts that don't go anywhere. There's nothing that I don't think they bolt to. All right. So that one's got a plate on the end. That one's got a plate on the end, right? So then there's a nut down there and a nut down there. So I have two large nuts in that bag for both sides. A castellated nut that I don't know where it goes. It's too big for the tie rod end. It's too big for the upper ball joint. The upper ball joint takes this black castellated nut, and then the lower ball joint takes that tiny little thin nut and lock washer, and then we have to cut off the excess because I only have an 18-inch rim, and anything under 20 you have to cut the rest of the ball joint off, the threads, or else you'll scrape your rim. So I think we're ready to go. Yeah, get it. Yep. Oh, snap. Yeah. All right, you want to get the, yeah. You want to hit the other side? Yeah. Pretty sure. All right, I'll put you back on a time lapse. Do what? I don't know where these go. All right, upper control arm, lower control arm, old spindle, old hub. In the heat shield, oh, we got to take those bolts off. All right. Lower control arm is going to go in. We're going to put the bolts through because we had to undo the sway bar, pull the sway bar back to get the bolt out. So I'm going to pull it back. We're going to put the bolt in, do the sway bar back up, do the front, and then we'll do the top and the upper control arm. Then we'll hang the spindle and figure out a home for this bad boy. Not too bad. Only took us, what, 30 minutes probably?
Yeah.
There's alignment plates on both sides, the nut and the bolt side, but the outers on the stock ones have just one single hole through them, while the bolts have like a slot through them. So we have, so those are the outers right there. They have a single hole for alignment, and then the bolts over there, you can see it's got a slot through the whole thing. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna err on the side of a little bit more camber. I put the new plates in, and I'm one hole away from most camber you can get. And we'll see what happens there. See if someone will actually align it ever. That'd be nice. All right. 3 hours for the front. That's about what it took. Front left. So I maxed out the camber setting because it still sits a little top rotor out up on here. So we'll see when we put weight on it, it might shift. So with the 18s, I put the rim on in that bottom bolt does touch barely. So I'm gonna grind that down all the way to the end, to the bottom pretty much. It's tight, but it needs to be ground down a little bit. But yeah, upper control arm, lower control arm. I mean, it sits super high. All right, if you look at it in level with the bumper, it's like right at the top of the bumper chrome part. I go over the other side, it is a lot lower. So on to the next one. I'm not gonna tape the right side because we did the time lapse for the left, so conserve a little bit of battery and a little bit of space for the rear end flip kit. And it's hot, at least the sun's not out. Let's go. Update time. About 5 hours into this, right? 4 hours into it. Hola. She's being a pain in the booty. Who'd have thought lowering the truck 6 inches in the front would be a pain. So alignment's gonna be jacked up. I don't have the alignment brackets that are in there are just one giant slot that you can move. At least this kit has a bunch of holes that you can set it to. So I set it to the most camber, which still doesn't feel like enough camber, but we'll see. I ran into a slight issue. She's so low, I can't get the jack out. She was devoured. So I'm gonna have to get another jack in here to see if we can finagle it a little bit. We tried fixing the alignment a little bit. It's not that bad.
It's way better than it was.
Yeah, it's way better than it was. We were towed out, looking pigeon toed. That was not too bad. I mean, the jack's still stuck under, but she's tucking. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other jacks in. You know what? We're gonna time lapse this. Everybody, tell you, look at this. Front's down on the ground. The back isn't jacked up at all. And that's my clearance I'm working with. Not even 2 fingers. 1.
1.5.
Yeah. 2 fingers. I'm never gonna say this, but some might think this might be too low. Some people may think this. And I can see where they're coming from. All right, let's do the back. Call it quits. Way over my head. Drop the tank. I just filled up the gas tank. We're in a driveway. I don't have a trans jack. I'm not emptying the 25 gallons that I just put in. Gotta drop the tank to get to the leaf spring, front leaf spring, whatever. It says preferably use a plasma cutter. I know I bought some death wheels, but I think I'm gonna tap and have the OGs down at Craig's Automotive hook it up. But right now she sits low in the front. I'll put a picture here. There's a nickel. It's lower than the nickel is wide. Cool. The diameter, right? Whatever. I'm tired. Tucking tire in the front. It's about what do you think the back is? Yeah, maybe 5 inches. Oh, dude, if that's 5 inches, we're going 9 in the back. Oh my goodness. So the cool thing is I realize if we're doing 8-inch, 9-inch drop, those like front mud guards are just gonna continuously drag. And that's, you know, it's my God-given right. Live my life, living the low life. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. Like maybe buying a new daily driver because I just ruined mine. But I'm not turning back because my mom didn't raise no quitter. But my mom would also not approve of how low and how much I destroy my vehicles. So wish me luck. All right, until next time.
Yeah.
Wow, she's looking at me. What's up, girl? She must know this awesomeness. Cultivate this Greek god. There's a Greek god somewhere underneath all this mass. I promise you. All right.
You might want to record this too.
Oh, dude. You know what? You gotta get the food. This is what it's all about. It's so low. It feels super low. Now let's go. Am I rubbing? Am I rubbing on something? Sounds like I'm rubbing on something. Hear that? Like, I'm not even...
Ah.
The camber?
You're rubbing all in the wheel well.
Oh yeah?
The whole wheel well. Now that it's settled, get out and look at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wonder if we can see in there. Well, you know what that means? This just in, I'm rubbing. You know what rubbing, you know what we do when we're rubbing? We allow it to self-clearance. Yeah, buddy. Maybe we don't. Yeah, buddy.
What's that?
It's the tires squealing on the fender well.
You need new tires, bud?
I do.
Is the tires squealing on the wheel wells?
Yeah.
I thought you were just testing out the brakes and everything, make sure everything was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That squealing? Yeah, that was the fender well squealing. Damn.